everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing another VOD for you. This is actually for HiSisters, an absolutely lovely member of my community over on Twitch. And this is the first ever VOD I'm doing of theirs, so it's going to be like really interesting just to see. They are on PlayStation and they're also Masters 4, so we got quite a high rank Mercy here. Basically, they put this match was a loss, but it was really weird. I tried to stay behind cover, but it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. I tried my best, but I feel as though I could have done more. Okay. So overall, so we're already saying that you're using a lot of cover, which is really, really great. So I think we're just going to get into it and just kind of see how we can improve, but also what things we are doing really, really well. Because it might be that you're using the cover a bit too much. I know a lot of the time I say to people, you should always use your cover as much as possible. However, there will be times that you do have to take that tiny risky rotation and stuff like that. I literally just played a match on Parisio and I very much kind of showed that off quite a bit with the widow that they had. The widow was so good. Once again, you can get your VOD reviews. They offer 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays for 5,000 channel points. You can either just come in, you can come and lurk, or come and say hello to my lovely community. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too of my own gameplay. Sometimes we do some bits of variety, it's probably gone by this point that this VOD goes out, but we're doing a lot of cooking streams and stuff at the moment. So yeah, so just getting right into it. We have the lifeguard skin on, which I think is adorable, or with the Valkyrie weapon charm, and we're just getting into it. So looking at our team, already we have a ball rolling in, which is a bit weird. Okay, so already we're not using our cover. We should not super jump up here, right? The reason is because you know that this high ground, hit scans are always going to hold this high grounds because it's just a very kind of popular spot for hit scans to be. Obviously the ball runs into you, that's fine, really nice use of cover and stuff like that. However, if you're wanting to walk through here, you should essentially wait here, wait for your DPS to be kind of where they are, and then do a GA round here. And then you can go do this res if you'd like to. It's fine that you're going with your soldier here because obviously Ash is taking this really long wide angle over here. I would say probably at the moment Ash is better because obviously the long range, because obviously she can use her dynamites and stuff like that, really, really long range basically. However, because she's taking this long angle and you're running Mercy Zen, you're essentially going to have to play a little bit more central to your Zen and your soldier, wait for your Doomfist to come back and obviously heal him up and stuff. So just obviously be careful about that super jump because obviously you're super jumping up into a Sojourn that has just killed your Zen. Okay? Lovely resto in the cover, cannot fault that, really, really great. Lovely damage boost again. Just same thing, just be careful of that high ground. Really nice, just whenever, you don't want to be playing around here as Mercy. Just same thing again with this bridge. You want to either be hugging this bus like this, or you want to be kind of crouched down behind this, kind of pot here, or you want to be playing really up against this wall where this health pack is basically, because playing around here in the open where you are once again is peaking this kind of high ground, so just be careful of that. But it's lovely damage boost, lovely cover, lovely GA, love how you don't slingshot or anything, really, really nice. Lovely rotation, you're not going to help Zen there, but that's absolutely fine. This is just a lost team fight. I'd be looking to rotate a little bit sooner. Really nice. Just make sure you put that damage boost beam on, especially when the Ash is quite healthy like that. Obviously I like how you put the heal beam on when she's being attacked and everything, but when Bull goes into his little rolling form and stuff like that, or when she's losing that tiny bit of HP, just flick that damage boost on. I don't know whether it would have killed the Bull a little bit sooner, but it would have helped a little bit more. But anyways, really, really nice rotation. That's a fine super jump because you're doing it out into the cover and stuff. Really, really nice looking for that Doomfist. Oh, okay. Let's talk about this, okay? Because I know that you're desperate to come and get this Doomfist, but what's going to happen is this Doomfist is now going to use his movement abilities to get back to you, okay? So, I love how obviously you're looking for, the Doom here. This is really, really nice, but obviously you don't end up getting him. What you should then do at this point is, because your Ash now wants to be aggressive, you should stay with your Ash. Your Ash basically comes in like this. You should literally just GA and cancel, play around this kind of cover, like hugging here and stuff like that. Use your Angelic Descents. Keep your beam on this Ash. I don't know whether she survives here because obviously there's a lot of people, but it means that you're not abandoning her because you slingshotting yourself all the way kind of over here. It kind of, what's it called? It puts you out of this team fight, and obviously your Doom will basically jump back for the heals, I meant to cancel, but it bugged. Oh, that's fair enough. Because I could see you kind of just flung yourself like all the way over here, and I'm like, oh my word. But yeah, no, literally, as you said, just cancel your GA, play over here, wait for your Doom to come back to you. It's very rare that you want to be going in to help the Doom. Like a lot of the time, the Doom will kind of like do his bits and pieces. Like he'll do like his like jump in with like his little punches. I'm not a Doom player, as you could probably tell. But he'll like go in like do all this kind of stuff, and then if he needs healing, he will normally do this like, you know, the one like this movement where like kind of whoosh. At that point, you can kind of like jump in and then do like a backwards GA to kind of like keep your distance again. But I'm going to see how you get out of this scenario because we're kind of a little bit stuck. So you're going across, which is completely fine. Doom ends up dropping. Ooh, okay. Nice super jump res. I will say that. We do not need to super jump res here though. You can literally just, once again, do like grab onto the orb here and just kind of do your res like kind of here instead. The reason is because if these people didn't drop for your Doomfist and the Sojourn was still up here and you do the super jump res, it makes you very easy to track and target with the Sojourn. The Sojourn's go like this, okay? So you just need to just kind of res behind the cover. But nice super jump res though. So nice thing on the, what's it called? Zen, can't do anything there. You need to go and help your Ashe now. Ooh. Okay, she ends up getting headshot, which is fine anyways. If your Ashe didn't get headshot there, I would have said you kind of like abandoned her, but because she ends up getting that headshot, it doesn't really matter too much. Nice damage boost. The same thing again with the cover. Like, you essentially, okay, you're playing too close now, right? Literally, try and like, was a really good way to kind of like get this like not like for to think about it is essentially think to yourself. If I was pocketing a DPS or I was playing DPS myself on defense, where would they like to play? And the majority of the time is going to be this high ground. So you essentially just want to make it your absolute priority to stay as far back as you can. The second thing is ball, right? Ball will basically want to come in, slam down, and either try to get you or try to get your other support or try to get someone else, right? In order to prevent him from getting the most ult charge possible is basically you playing back here. There is absolutely no need for you to be pushed up this far at this very moment in time. You can literally just play back here. And then what you could do is you can let the ball kind of like roll into you and slam you, because then you can use the momentum of the slam to then GA away from him and just get your cover away from him. It's kind of like, you know, it's basically you let the ball kind of do his thing, like, you know, like roll into you, slam you, do whatever, and then you can allow yourself to GA away. But at this moment, you should literally just be playing like all the way back here. But it's fine. See, nice damage boost onto the slam going in. Really, really nice. You have Moira now, so it's a little bit better. Like the heals there. Really, really nice. I hope that you heard your Ashe coach gone up, by the way. I just want to play this in this view because I want to see where your Ashe is playing from. See, it would have been nice if your Ashe, like, kind of rotated around to really, like, take this duel up here. What I would have done here was essentially I would have heard the Ashe kind of go up, and I would have rotated myself around to this side here. The reason is because I can then keep an eye on my Ashe for if my Ashe, because what I thought your Ashe was going to do is I thought your Ashe was going to like come and take this ground here, in which case you could put the blue beam on her and like help kind of attack. But then it also gives you the option to say that she, for example, stays where she is. You can still keep your eye on her, but you can also keep damage boosting your soldier here. Okay? But we'll keep going. Your soldier got visor. Just keep blue beam on him. We don't need to heal there. Nice. Just found that entire visor. Just keep the blue beam on. Nice. We should have Reaper still there. Nice. Always go to heal, which is fine. Just make sure you got your blue beam on that visor for that entire time. Because, what's it called? The Moira can just heal up the Doomfist. Like, if you had Zen still, I would have been like, oh, okay, maybe. But yeah. Okay. Once again, you do not need to be pushed up and looking kind of out here at these people. Because this is, once again, it's putting you out of this danger. That's how you end up like getting really, really weak here and stuff like that. You can literally just play back here. Because then if this ball comes in and absolutely destroys your soldier for some reason, you can just quickly flick away, do like a GA around this corner or something so you can get out of him. I did pocket the Ashe because they were in my one earlier and they didn't do the best. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it's good that you've learned from that as well. Can I just say that's really, really good initiative rather than just obviously, you know, like sticking with her and stuff. Obviously, I didn't know that, but it's all good. Same thing again, you want to be playing away. Nice. I would leave this healing to your Moira. Literally, you want to leave that healing to your Moira because she doesn't have her ultimate yet. You have your ultimate though, so just kind of leave that to her. Especially when the Doom's kind of like nearby. Love the cover though. You can push forward here. Definitely. I would have GA just over to the side there. Nice cover. We're doing some very unnecessary GAs right now, which I think is how you've got yourself into this really bad scenario. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, you're doing a lot of unnecessary GAs right now, where essentially, like, you're kind of like flinging yourself kind of forward and up when you don't need to. You can literally just play here and just peek like this and just play here, because it'll be so much safer for you. Then when the Sojourn comes like to do her ultimates like down main, you're not kind of like up in the air like panicking like, oh my gosh, I'm not in my cover, right? You can literally just stand here. Your soldier can then do his rotation and stuff like that. You can like, you know, he can like rotate and go around here, or he can rotate and do like a nice little flank kind of like over here. You're like basically ready for that. Tried to get back up but clearly didn't work. Honestly, you do not need to be up on these high grounds like up here unless if your team are more further forward, right? Because at the moment, if you're trying to play up here while your team are very like far back and stuff like that, you're actually putting yourself into a lot of danger. You can literally just play here and play so much nicer. Wait for your soldiers to go around and then go and help him like this. Okay? But we'll keep going because you end up getting out of it, which is really, really nice. Ooh, but we flung right into it. That's just literally the same thing again where you just, what's it called? Like, you should just be scared of Sojourns whenever they use their ult, right? And that's how I play it. As soon as I hear, like, this ends now, I'm like, ah, no, it doesn't. And I will stand here and I will just hug these walls. I'll be like, I am not peeking that whatsoever, okay? You know where the ult is because we've just avoided it, okay? You can literally, once again, just stand here and just, like, peek this like this. This game by GA bugged out so much, it doesn't want to cancel. Which one do you have it on, can I ask? Do you have it on, like the hold one, or do you have it, we have to press it again, can I ask? HiSisters, because I have it on the ones you have to press it again. I don't know whether that's like a better one or not, but yeah. So, but it depends on kind of like what mode you have it on. Holding the button. It might be that, because obviously you're on a controller, right? It might be that it's not inputting it correctly. Say, for instance, like your controller's like a little bit older and stuff like that. It might have something to do with that. But all honesty, like it should be it should be fine. But just try and like, because if it happened quite a few times this game and stuff like that, it's happened a lot in your matches, just kind of have a look at your controller just to make sure it's like working all right. But also like make sure you are actually lifting your like buttons like off the triggers and stuff like that enough. Because I know like sometimes I know with like my Xbox controller and stuff, sometimes if I don't like fully release the trigger and stuff like that, it still kind of keeps it like held and stuff. Obviously I don't know what buttons you use or anything, sadly I don't own a PS4 or anything, but maybe just like look into that. But anyways, we'll just quickly talk about it. So what ends up happening is you end up kind of basically flinging yourself into this, right? You also do not need to be here, right? You can literally just kind of still like play. Let me just quickly go back because I want to quickly look at it again. So, obviously this is when we're failing to get up to the high ground. I would have literally just stayed around the side, because then this is obviously the second super jump, we end up failing it. There's the panic of like, oh my word. You end up just peeking it when you could have literally just stayed where you were. Okay. We do not need to be going in here, right? So, you can literally just like get your beam onto your Moira, and then do a backwards GA, and then come around here to come and help your DPS, right? Because if you basically just come in, flick around, or do a backwards GA, whichever one you feel more comfortable doing, you can get round and then just damage boost. It's a new one, but I believe it's a GA bug. Happens to me a lot in PC when I play. I mean, to be, like, I unfortunately cannot comment, sadly, HiSisters, because I've literally played like 2 matches of comp this season so far. So I cannot comment whether there's like an actual like bug going about. If other people kind of like confirm that that's kind of like a thing. But if not, I think it's more of a your end kind of thing. I will obviously, I'll say it's a bug for now, because obviously, you know, I'm not going to be like, no, it's just you know, skill diff, you know. I will say like it's probably going to be a bug. I haven't had enough playtime yet to see. But if you think that it's a bug, then what we should be like, then it should essentially, we should just be trying to just like play as much kind of like safe cover as we can and try not to do like GAs as much if it is a bug. But sadly, not had too much time. But anyways, so in this, I'll talk about how it's like a normal match without like any bugs or anything like that. But essentially here, you just need to do like a GA in and out, and then just sit and just play with your DPS over here. Alright, but we'll keep going. So we end up doing like a weird rotation, because obviously we end up like flinging ourselves in. This is fine. Really nice backwards GA there to get out. No, you just need to back off. Okay. Yep, just jump off, jump off, jump off. Nice. You could have maybe got out up the stairs there, but it's fine if you just jump off there, it's all good. So we're going back to reset, which is nice. Damage boosting soldier, which is good. You don't want to be out main here. Like, I would have just done like a GA just out to basically where you are right now. I'd Valk. Yep, nice. Nice Valk. Nice heals. Okay. With your Valk here, you can use it to be really aggressive, because I feel as though you've used your Valk at the right time, but you've used it so passively. Let me elaborate, right? So this is fine. This is really great. Obviously playing back and everything, this is really nice. I feel as though you pop it at the correct time, which is like now. Perfect. I use it to help your like Doom, which is fine. But then I would actually just use this to keep on applying pressure with your Doom Fist, right? Because what's going to happen is your Doom Fist will once again want to go in aggressively. And you're already Mercy Moira. Mercy Moira, in my opinion, is one of the worst support comps. Now, obviously, this isn't like your fault or anything like that, but it essentially means that your Doomfist has to really come back for heals and stuff like that. You can essentially, like the Doom can essentially just go in, and then you can just apply this beam. Like, you can just play, like, here, help him go in with, like, your beams and stuff like that, and really help him get in. Because Doom is going to be the one that's going to make the space right now. He will, like, make this, like, really nice space, and then you can go and, like, damage boost, like, your hit scans and stuff like that once that space has been made, right? So, he ends up ulting, which is fine. I love, like, where you're playing right now. Okay, this is the point where I would just gone forward, okay? Because, okay, your Ashe is losing, like, a little bit of HP, but your Doom is, like, wanting to go in. So, you essentially want to GA in with him and help him out. Because if you manage to create this like really nice space and get him out, you've pushed it around this corner, and then it allows your hit scans now to have a really, really good advantage point to be able to push in. It then means it will help your soldier like kind of, you know, run forward, build up the last bits of his visor, and then it would have displaced people enough for him to like just go in and just focus on with the visor, which will probably end up being the Sojourn if your Doom doesn't kill the Sojourn with you helping him. So you essentially just need to be a little bit more aggressive with this Valk and really just help enable people as much as you can with it. Because I just feel as though with this entire Valk, we've been very passive, and it has allowed your Doomfist to die. Loving this. This is what you should be doing like with the Doomfist. Really, really nice. Nice res. Okay. Just with the res, just make sure we have an escape route. So it's fine that you kind of... Let me just quickly rewind it because I want to see what you end up doing with it, because I didn't fully like look too much into it. So we talked about all this, which is fine. Talked about the coalescence, which is really, really nice. Really nice damage boost. Okay, nice. Okay, so we do a cancel, which, or like just like the full GA, which is really, really great. No like random slingshots or anything like that. Awesome. It means that you're going to have your GA ready on cooldown for when you finish. So right, you have to think to yourself while you're doing this res, because obviously you're turning around, okay? You cannot get to your soldier. You have Ashe here. And you also have Moira. Now, Moira is probably not going to be your best bet because obviously she's very, very close to you right now. You know that you're going to have the Sigma coming after you. You essentially just want, because, you know, so your Valk's ending, right? You literally just want to get as far away from this team fight as possible for a second. Your div is going to be full HP. Moira's still got coalescence. Your team is going to be fine if you just fly away for 1 second. With you flying away as well, it means you can then try and like help peel for this soldier. But I don't know obviously if you're going to be able to do that or not. But literally, you just want to kind of like look for this opportunity while you're doing this and just flying like straight away as soon as you can slap the Ashe. So you just need to make sure you're looking up and looking for those opportunities. Sadly, we do end up dying, where I think that would have been avoidable if we managed to get away. But it's all good. We end up winning, which is really, really nice. Going back. Soldier ends up dying, which honestly I feel as though he would have no matter what. Really nice that it's waiting for you. I hope you have like comms or something. But Ashe went down. Ashes, for the majority of the time, will always want to use high ground and stuff. And it's just about using that, what's it called? Using, just like being constantly aware and constantly kind of looking around for people. Ooh, okay. I just want to quickly talk about this as well while we're here, okay? Let me just quick. I want to get back this way. Hold on, because it's so annoying that could only go like 20 seconds. Okay. So this was all fine, kind of going back with him. All this is really, really great. Obviously, Ash ends up dying. That's fine. Okay. This should have just been damage boost. Because I feel as though your damage boost and healing beams were a little bit muddled at this point, right? You want to damage boost at this point, okay? This is all damage boost because Sigma doesn't have his grasp or anything. You essentially just want to damage boost here. This could maybe get a pit. This is fine healing here though, because he's got the grenade on him and also Sigma's using his grasp. Your soldier's not going to get any picks here. This is perfectly fine to heal. You do not, like, the reason why you don't need to heal your Doomfist and instead damage boost here is because your Doom is still, like, really, like, healthy. Like, he was above, like, half HP. He's going to still have a lot, like, of health remaining, basically. So, like, you essentially can just focus on kind of helping your soldier with the visor. This is nice healing, though, because obviously he ends up using the grasp, which is really, really nice, okay? Nice healing. Okay, and then this is the part, okay, where it gets a little bit messy from you. I feel as though you forget that this exists. Because this has happened twice now where you've seen someone on this high ground and you've panicked. You're like, oh my gosh, and you've gone all the way back here. Always remember that this exists. This is such nice cover. You can just back off to here and then we have to think to ourselves where the Ash has just been, okay? So what we do is we can just go and just play around here. I'm just going to play it kind of like where... In fact, no, I'll go back to you because it's just easier. So you go back to cover, which is really nice. And then once again, you've ended up getting yourself really risky against the Ash. Because you've peeked her again. You know where the Ash is. So what can... Okay, so we've GA'd... Okay, I'm going to talk about the two scenarios, right? Because this is the way I would have played it. I would have just stayed here. Your soldier comes back. You can now just play here. If you need to help Doomfish, you can just hop into this room and help him here. This means you're not peeking this Ash at all. Now, you made the rotation down here, okay? Which is fine. This is all good. But now you have to think to yourself, where's the Ash? The Ash will now be wanting to kind of, not so much clear at these picks, but maybe like stagger some people. So you will want to basically back off to his cover, walk around here, and then come and meet up with him here. Because you GA back out, when you're like below half HP as well, because you were like 70 something HP, you GAing round here to get to here is so like risky. Because if that Ash manages to hit like a scoped in shot and then... Because Ash can do, like, a combo. I can't remember, like, the actual, like, way to do the combo off the top of my head. But Ash can do, like, a scope shot and an unscoped shot. And it's, like, very, like, quick, rapid fire. And can literally just rip through you. If this was a headshot, you'd be dead. So you essentially just want to, like... You made your GA around here. Okay, that's fine. Come around this way. So you can be in that cover. But we'll keep on going. Because I want to see if you're able to... What's it called? Nice pings, by the way. This is really, really great pings. See what I mean as well about that cover? How you can get into, like, go and help. I would just got into the room with your soldier there as well. Just, like, that safe cover. So, no, lovely use of cover here. You should know that they should be on top of you. Nice. Okay, how did your Moira die? Where's your Moira? Oh, okay. I just want to see how your Moira died, because I feel as though you could have maybe helped. Let's check it out. So with that GA, I would just GA like kind of like, you know how you can do the slingshot, so like sing yourself like into like this room and stuff, just so you're out of the way. I'm just gonna play it in this view. So this is nice like GA with cover and stuff. So obviously you know that these guys are gonna be up in this window. So you kind of playing down where you are is absolutely fine, because unless if the Ash really comes out, she cannot help you, right? So Moira, what is your Moira doing? So your Moira fades to avoid that she ends up going in aggressive. I would literally once again still be like stood like here, because you once again you don't need to peek this whatsoever, just in case if someone is there. You don't need to peek it. You could just play here. If you just like play here, you can maybe like try and get your beam on her. But to be honest, I have no clue what on earth she's doing. Like she's just doing her own thing. But, okay, that's fine. You can rest that though. Lovely res under the cover, really nice. Let's get a lovely damage boost. Nice. I would have switched beams halfway through to the Moira there. Like, I love how you started on the Jungle Queen, because obviously she was really, really weak. That is fine. You just help her. But as soon as she's above that half HP, especially with Moira healing her as well, you can then switch your beam to your Moira to keep your Moira up, because normally what will happen is when a flux goes up, the Sigma will basically be going for the weakest target, and in this scenario it's going to be your Moira, as your Moira has already used Fade and stuff, so you essentially just want to kind of like put your beam on her. But really, really nice, you know, helping the Jungle Queen and stuff there. Healing her up, which is completely fine. You've not got GA. I quite like that you got out here. Can't get him out, but it's completely fine. This is just a reset. You need to just get out with your Moira. Nice. Nice escape. You did the absolute right thing though, just getting out. Okay. You don't need to be like kind of like, you know, like being with your Moira right now, especially with how like far forward you're playing. Like it's fine for like the damage boosted orb and stuff like that, but as soon as you can, just try to get back to your DPS. Really nice GA, nice heals. I'd Valk. Okay, let's talk about this. So, let me quickly rewind it. So this is fine, obviously damage boosted orb and stuff. We need to back off a little bit sooner though, and then go around with our soldier. Nice heals, obviously, really, really nice. Lovely GA to cover. Really, really nice. Nice heals on Moira. Right. When you see your Jungle Queen pushing in really aggressive like this, you need to Valk. Okay? So, Valk now. Because then you can put your beam onto your Jungle Queen and allow you to, like, go forward and, what's it called? Push in aggressively with your Jungle Queen. You can Valk, stay kind of up here, like underneath this window basically, so that obviously this Ashe is gonna like come forward and stuff. If you play under her like this, she's going to have to really like aggressively come out to come and get you. If she does that, you can just, you know, GA across and stuff like that. Okay? So we need to Valk this to be aggressive, because we run out of time as well. We want to basically not get this card in overtime. So we end up like obviously, you know, staying. Okay. I know you said you look at the scoreboard, alright? Never ever look at the scoreboard mid-team fight. Okay? Do not look at it. There is absolutely no reason for you to look at the scoreboard mid-team fight. The only reason why you should be looking at the scoreboard, like, at all during a match is literally to check kind of where your team's ults are at, and also you can use it to look at the enemy team and think to yourself, what ults are they going to have? Okay? So, never ever look at it in mid-match, because there is no reason for you to look at it mid-match. You should check your statistics or check kind of like how you're doing or how your team are doing. Check that after team fights. Never ever look at it like mid-team fight. In fact, I very rarely look at my scoreboard kind of at all. A lot like during the matches and stuff like that, because it will distract you from the game. And this is the exact reason why you've died here, okay? You should basically be able to hear this high noon. You just sneak up these stairs and just kind of hold here. This is your fault that you end up dying here. And I feel as though it's also your fault by not using your Valk. Because if you're in Valk, you can once again just play up here. And like you can essentially get your beam onto your Jungle Queen and then just unpeak it like this. Because then it allows your Jungle Queen to still be like aggressive in and stuff like that. But then it also, what's it called? You can just play around here. But anyway, so we end up like dying to it. I would have also like damage boosted Jungle Queen for the entire time as well, because she might have been able to kill the cast with it. But I feel as though that was definitely a Valk kind of moment. We should have used Valk there to be aggressive. So we have a last fight now. We have to think to ourselves, okay, what do we have? Obviously we just switched to Sojourn, so we're not gonna have a Sojourn ult, but we're definitely gonna have a Bob. We're gonna have Coalescence. Nice, this is what you should be doing earlier by like rotating around and stuff. Nice. Obviously, helping. Valk, 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 Valk. We Valk, yay! That Valk should have been so much sooner, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna completely just rewind this entire thing, right? So, I love how you rotate around this side bit. This is really, really great. You can just stay here. You can literally just stay like on this side here and just play here, because the Bob's gonna come running through. That is fine. And then you can, what's it called? You can then pop your Valk once it comes forward. You can use that as a quick GA to get yourself around here. And then you can, what's it called? You can be really aggressive with your team and push forward and just play this cover with your Valk. I feel as though you held off on your Valk so long. So anyways. Obviously, last damage boost, healing Moira, which is fine. You need to Valk here so you can get in aggressive with your team. We end up healing Moira, sorry, Ashe. And now we pop the Valk. This should have been so much sooner because you wouldn't be able to get picks and stuff. Because what's happened is the enemy team have like managed to stabilize. Nice. I love how you got damage boost on, by the way, for the Jungle Queen ult. I love how you push forward with him. Really, really nice. That was a really nice Jungle Queen ult, I'm gonna be honest. You did a really, really good job of damage boosting that. That's really, really great. But that Valk should have been so much sooner. I feel as though that Valk was very reactive of you rather than being proactive. With that stagger as well, the what's called the Mercy. Like, you essentially just need to pop that Valk whenever you know that your team will want to go in aggressive and stuff, or like you need that extra kind of like beam length and stuff. Just pop that Valk. And don't worry if like you think, oh well, the Valk's wasted and stuff like that. As long as you feel like you ended up playing really well with it, then it's not a waste. Nice rotation. Your team is playing very split at the moment, so it's fine. Lovely damage boost. Really nice damage boost here. Okay, I just want to quickly talk about this because I feel like I kind of like talked a lot like over like the last team fight because of it. So, nice rotation going around, that is fine. Helping Jungle Queen. My only thing is while you're kind of stood up here, you're very kind of vulnerable to these guys' main, specifically like obviously the Cass and the Ashe and stuff. So make sure you're just doing a bit of crouch spamming here just to make sure that you're being very unpredictable. This rotation's fine. I actually really like it because it means that you cannot obviously be shot by any of these guys, which is like really, really great. That's fine. I end up healing Ashe a bit, that's fine. Waiting for your GA, really, really nice. Just do a cancel GA and a bunny hop here, okay? Because I feel as though you're struggling very much at this kind of moment in time with your GA cooldown. So obviously you have to do a slingshot to get yourself over to this side, which is completely fine. You end up waiting, which is fine because your Sojourn's waiting really, really nicely in cover. This one, you can just do a GA and then cancel it as you get to her, and then just do like a hold of your jump and then just do a bunny hop over into this corner. It then means that you have this GA ready. You can damage boost Sojourn, and then you can kind of like heal your Jungle Queen like in between, basically. What I mean by this is essentially because like with Sojourn, she normally like charges like the shot up. Normally it's about like kind of 60-70 because obviously you don't have the Mercy and stuff like that. And you can time it where essentially you can damage boost the Sojourn and then go and help like heal the Jungle Queen and stuff like that. So you kind of just juggle between these two. I know your Moira should be kind of like healing her a little bit more. But I feel as though you kind of like abandoned her just to be with like the ult at this point. So you can kind of like hop in to try and like help her a little bit more. Lovely damage boost though onto her. I would have dropped in then to go and help. So that's fine. Ends up like getting taken out. You res, which is fine. Then just kind of backing out a bit. Ooh, okay. I feel as though you should have stayed here. Okay, let me quickly rewind it again because I wanna show you what I mean, right? So we talked already about this. Right. Okay, this is fine. You going back, this is great. I like this res, okay? You do not need to back out main here, okay? You can literally back here because this is enough for Mercy to have at least a little bit of cover, because what's going to happen is your Jungle Queen is going to get rezzed, right? This means you've got a really nice full HP tank that's going to be like pushing this front line. You can just stay here, wait for her to get rezzed while you're damage boosting this Ashe, and then once she's rezzed, you can then chuck the blue beam onto your Jungle Queen if needed. She can go bam, like with like a really like big axe basically. Get that kind of bleed healing going along with the damage boost, because their Sigma's like backed off and their DPS are being like very aggressive right now. You can really punish this DPS if you just stay here. But we do end up rotating, which is completely fine, you know. Obviously helping Moira and stuff. Okay, same thing with the high noons again. We know it's happening. Okay, what do? Just play back. We've made the decision to play back. That is fine. We can just play back. Why? Because obviously we do not want to peek that. He's got a Bob that's going to start shooting him in a second. He's also on fire. He should hopefully die pretty soon, alright? So, you can literally just play back. Do not peek it. As soon as you see it, crouch yourself down and walk away. We do not want to deal with that today. And just walk back and play here, okay? Bam is the best impression of it. Yeah. Well, Bam is a very good impression of what's called the Jungle Queen axe. Anyway, nice damage boost onto the Bob and stuff. Really, really nice. You need to heal your Ashe though. We've abandoned your Ashe. You need to heal Ashe. You need to heal Ashe. You need to heal Ashe. Ashe has died because of you. Okay? This isn't me being like dramatic and stuff, but this is like, you know, we're in Masters, right? We need to be like as very kind of critical as we can, like with our gameplay and stuff like that, right? So high noon. Okay, I like this damage boost on the Bob, but this is very centered onto the Bob, okay? If Bob dies, doesn't matter. It's Bob. Unfortunately, I know, I'm sorry, like, Bob stands and stuff, like, but, like, if Bob dies here, you can't res him, you can't do anything, right? You can literally just stand here with this damage boost. It should help, like, obviously zone this cast and stuff, which is completely fine. But when you put your beam onto this Bob, just turn yourself and make sure that your team's okay. Obviously, you got your social on respawn and stuff like that, but you can, like, basically just keep an eye on your team and stuff. You can also, like, you know, once Bob's, like, you know, got this cast and stuff like that, you can then go and damage boost Coalescence and stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna play in this mode to see what ends up happening. Okay, if you had your eye, instead of just being, once again, still focused onto this Bob, which it is, if you had your eye line on, what's it called, on your team here, you could put your beam onto your Ashe. It then means you can heal up your Ashe. It allows your Ashe to go in more aggressively again. Obviously, she's not gonna build up another Bob in the, I think, unless if, like, she pops off for some, like, random reason, which obviously, you know, you're saying they weren't too great of, like, an Ashe and stuff like that. You essentially just need to kind of, instead of just being, like, fully, like, focused on this Bob, we just need to open up the camera angle a little bit more and check on your team while this happens. Remember, you can see Bob's, like, kind of health bar and stuff on your screen. That's fine, okay. So we end up going in to push in with Jungle Queen, which is fine, obviously, you know, damage boosting. But if you put your beam onto your Ashe, at least getting her, like, a little bit healthier than, like, this little, like, 10 HP that she's on, like, bless her. In fact, I think that's 20. Yeah, that's 20, okay. She's on 20 HP, okay. If you top her up to at least, like, 100, you can definitely go in and help, like, with your Jungle Queen and stuff, and kind of, like, juggle between the two of them, right? But you end up, like, abandoning her. We damage this orb, which is really, really great. And then, look, she ends up getting picked off, which is, like, she was still at low HP for so long. But anyway, so, obviously, end up kind of playing. We should realize things you not got it. We think that you don't have it, which is really, really nice. We need to Valk, nice. Like this Valk. We need to damage boost more though in this Valk. With this Valk, we need to damage boost a little bit more because we end up kind of popping it out of like panic, which is fine because like we need to pop the Valk, but at the same time we need to look at everyone's health bars, okay? Yeah, sure, everyone's on fire, right? But everyone's really healthy, so you can still push that damage boost as much as you can, alright? Nice damage boost here. This is fine to heal this. What is going on? Oh, your Mercy's after your soldier. Okay, hold on. Let me just quickly rewind it. Because I kind of want to talk about this entire thing, right? So we think that we've not got res, which is completely fine. This is fine because obviously you think that your soldier's going to go with flank. She doesn't, which is fine. We go and help Jungle Queen, which is great. We pop Valk, awesome. This all needs to be just a damage boost and a GA here. Because this gives us a better sightline of everyone. It means if people push in, then obviously, you know, you can just back off even more. It's like over here, or you can also like push up and like play up here. It also means that you're not just sat here kind of peeking this angle, which has this Hanzo that can literally just chuck a one shot at you because, you know, Hanzo doing Hanzo things. You also have an Ashe that could just easily get to you. You essentially just have all this damage, right? This Valk should just be pop Valk, bam, bam, and sit in damage boost. Your Moira is there to heal your like Jungle Queen. So you pop the damage boost a little bit there, which is nice. That's fine having to heal there because she's very weak. Okay. Whenever you hear the Mercy getting out a Glock, you should always try to think who's it going to go for. And you have to think to yourself who is, you know, who's most likely going to go for. It's going to be probably either a very vulnerable support like a Zen, for example, or like an Honor, or it's going to be your DPS. In this scenario, you can hear her and she's going to be going for your soldier. At this point, you need to peel for your soldier. The quicker you can peel for your soldier, the quicker this Mercy is going to think, I can't get this kill, and turn around. Or there'll be the stupid Mercy and think, brah, like, you know, Katrina, all this kind of stuff, and like going like after, like, pew, 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 you know, like going like full Katrina mode. At this point, once he's like full HP, you just took that damage boost on him, or like, you know, took the damage boost on her anyway. Bam, she's dead. She's wasted her Valk. This is a really good push for you, okay? So you literally just need to kind of like look up and think to yourself, my soldier's being attacked. You just need to help him. Alright? But we'll keep going. Does he end up dying to her? Nice res. But while we're doing that, our like soldiers died. Heals back, which is nice. We should be up with our Sojourn. Okay, let's talk. Let's rewind. Okay, so we talked about the Mercy, which is fine. I'm not going to reiterate that. Okay. This is a nice res undercover. Really, really nice. Helping our Jungle Queen out, which is really, really good. Right. As soon as you see the Sojourn go up, you want to follow her. Right? Because what's going to happen is your Jungle Queen's going to go, like, you know, wasteland, blah, 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 whatever she says. You know, she's going to, like, ram into, like, the enemy, the back line. Do you want to be with her? No, absolutely not. Like, you like, cannot really do anything for her. Like, she's just going to go use her ult. She's got a load of people, like, antis and stuff like that. She's got Moira to go and help. What's going to happen is your soldier goes up and takes this angle. If you are with her to damage boost, she can very easily, like, kill someone up here. But essentially, I think she ends up like getting folded up upon because you're not with her. You should like basically just see this like Sojourn like, going up, and you can just go and help her. So what ends up happening is she goes really, really weak. We mess up our GA, so we can't get to her, and now we're like panicking a little bit because we've lost both of our DPS, which I feel as though, unfortunately, is your fault both of the times, if you get me. But we're playing under the cover because we know like they're there, which is really, really nice. Okay, and then obviously, you know, damage boosting Jungle Queen here, which is nice. Can't do anything there. Get your pistol out. Get your pistol out. No, I would just got the pistol out. Just try like whacking them all and everything. Unfortunately, I feel as though this is going to be a lost team right now because of all that. Alright, sisters, okay. I feel as though you know your Mercy movement, definitely. You know your Mercy movement. You know how to move, which is good, you know, it comes across quite a lot in, like, your position and stuff. The only thing with positioning is that there are certain points where you can be positioned in a slightly, like, better and safer spot than what you are doing. So you should basically just try and, like, play in those, like, safer spots where you can be, like, with your team and still helping them engage in, okay? Reses so far, I think, have been pretty good. Like, they've always been, like, in cover and stuff like that. Best place to res. Reses also, apart from that last one with the Moira, we should have been helping, like, the soldier. Reses have been good timing so far. Really, really like that, okay? Haven't seen too much Glock usage, which is fine. You know, you don't need to Glock as Mercy. We have Soul Bloom on. Yay. Sorry, that kind of just brightened up my mood. We need to work on Valk. Valk is the biggest one we're struggling with right now. Whether it's timing or our positioning with the Valk, that is the thing we're really, really struggling with right now. Because it feels like, to me, it kind of feels like we don't know when we should be Valking. And then when we Valk, we're not Valking from, like, the correct positionings, if we get me. Like, it's very much we're playing kind of, like... how do I describe it? Like, it feels like we're not being very proactive with our Valks. Like, essentially, you just need to kind of read your team and think, when are they going to go in aggressive? And then as soon as they go in aggressively, you want to be popping that Valk. But anyways. Start of a new round, so it's all good. Playing in our cover, which is really, really nice. It's fine if your soldier's not here yet. Just sit and damage boost your orb and obviously like your Sigma and stuff like that. We have ourselves a Sombra, so our main bleeding target is going to be our soldier. Nice that you're with him. You do not need to heal Sigma here. You do not need to be touching him whatsoever. You can just stand here with your soldier or like go and help him down here. Because what's going to happen is you could hear that... obviously your Sombra hacks someone from down here. You can just basically stand here and just help kind of damage boost and like, hold this angle. Because right now your Moira has the Sigma up here, so you do not need to have two people on this one person. Nice damage boost onto the Sombra though when she uncloaks. But we've abandoned our soldier completely. Like I know you said, oh, the soldier was like bad like the last game and stuff like that, okay? You have to remember, people have bad games. People are going to play bad, but it does not mean that you absolutely abandon them like this, because you end up essentially kind of just focusing too much onto the Sigma when the Sigma has this Moira, okay? You should be trying to think to yourself, who is my main priority to play with in this team? And now that we've switched off this Ashe because they've gone Sombra, your now main damage boost target is going to be your soldier. So you want to be with your soldier. You want to essentially just kind of play. You can still play here. Do not get me wrong. Like, you can still play here and still like keep an eye on your Sigma and stuff like that. I love, by the way, this like beam onto your Sombra, by the way, when she uncloaked. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that was really, really good of you, right? But you still need to be keeping an eye on this this soldier and just like play up here basically. But anyways, so we keep on going. This Mercy's after you. Nice. Okay, she ends up coming for you. But I feel as though we should have been already waiting for like the soldier and stuff like that already. Okay. So they end up, I guess I'm gonna end up capping it, which is fine. And we'll go again. They're gonna cap in it, so that's fine. You just need to help people get out here. Can't get Moira out, so that's fine. Nice. Really nice walking around and stuff like that. Really nice. You need to trust your soldier. Like, at this point, you have to realize to yourself, I'm not going to get this res off. Unless if you have really, really good comms with your team, and your Sigma's going to put up a shield for you to res here, you are not going to res this, because obviously they're all good about spamming main and stuff like that. What you can do, however, is just basically leave your Sigma. Your Sigma has got a ton of HP. Like, he's not going to die very easily. You can rotate up here to be with your soldier. You can GA around here, and then it means if your Sigma has taken quite a bit of damage and is like backing off, because obviously it's like, oh, I'm going to take so much damage. It then means you're already up here to help him on the just in case, but then you're also here to help your soldier, because your soldier can pressurize this like hands-on stuff with your damage boost. So I know that you're like, he's playing really badly, but you still need to trust in him and think to yourself, I can, you know, you still need to basically be with him. And then if you feel like he's not getting the work done, like with your blue beam and stuff, then you need to be like switching off Mercy. This is fine now. Same thing again, we don't need to be in Sigma here because we're abandoning our soldier. We need to be with soldier here. You still need to be with soldier. Because your Moira's back now, you can essentially just sorry, I skipped forward. You can essentially just come up here again and just play with him. Up here, you should essentially just be like helping him try and take this high ground and stuff. Nice super jump to the high ground. Go on, get your pistol out, get your pistol out. Nice, lovely how you put it away as well. Really, really good. I would drop down with him. Drop down with him, right? Because as soon as this soldier drops down, he will then did he drop down? Where's he gone? It's like it's just been erased from existence. Oh yeah, he did drop down. He dropped down all the way over here, right? If you drop down with him, it basically allows him to absolutely rip through this backline with your damage boost, and it gives him that extra confidence as well to just run at people at this point. Because what he's done is he's won his little 1v1 with the Hanzo. If you then basically drop forward with him, because you know obviously the team, you know where the team is, right? You know obviously the team part's happening over here. You could literally just drop forward and you could just go in and damage boost him. Give him that confidence. Go in with him. Because then we end up like going to go and help Sigma. Oh, go on. Go on, you got it. Nice aim. Really good. Okay, as soon as you have the ultimate, yep, I've just in it. Nice. I was literally about to say about the thing, but no, you did it really, really nicely there. Waiting. Just obviously you getting your ult and then letting your Moira get it. Really, really nice. Right, so we're going to go to soldier. Once again, you do not want to be stood up here. You want to be stood either crouched on these stairs like this and just be like kind of uncrouching just to kind of make sure you keep the beam on, or you want to be playing like hugging this wall like this. Depends on like how you want to play basically, but you just don't want to be up there because, you know, they still have those hit scans and stuff that can still get you. Nice positioning there, like out of the way now, which is really nice. You can see the Reaper's TPing on. If you ever see a soldier running away, you just run away as well. Okay, I'm just going to say one little thing about this right here to you, okay? You end up getting a little bit mixed matched here where it's like, oh, my soldier's going this way. It is absolutely fine if you leave your soldier for a second here as long as you have a way to get back to him, right? Because you, like, if this Reaper still carried on pressuring you and stuff like that, you would have died here by doing this rotation, okay? You either have to be ahead of time and think to yourself, the soldier's running away and you've already GA yourself all the way over here where you are now. Or, obviously we're a bit late, which is fine. You essentially just make him either force to pressure to make you come this way, or you force him to kind of like, what's it called, go into your soldier. If he goes to go and force your soldier, you now need to have an escape method, which is essentially just walking back around here and then you GA to your Sigma. Up to the point where you have that kind of max GA in which you can flick up and then go and help your soldier up here. Just so you don't end up getting pressured by that Reaper and stuff. So we're helping there. We still need to be up with our soldier here. Like, we do not want to have dropped. You see what I mean? Like, if your soldier was still had you and everything, you essentially, you just want to be like pressurizing this, what's it called? You just still want to be having the soldier. You still want to be pressurizing that high ground and helping. Because you not being with him has basically meant that everyone's had to back off, and now you've ended up dying as well because you've not been pushed off. If you know what I mean. Like, essentially, you want to help your soldier with this damage boost, help hold that space. And at the moment, a lot of the time, you're kind of like abandoning him when you need to put your trust in him. So we're heading back. Okay. We Valk? I would have Valked when you EMP'd. Okay, because my reasoning, like, why I was a bit like, you Valked? Is very much that your Sigma's kind of backing off at this point, like this. Like, you can just basically get your beam on and stand on this bins and stuff, help him kind of get back as you can, and just heal him, right? But then, essentially, like, you know, obviously your Sombra's going to go in for, like, the CMP and stuff, and people can push in. You can then use your Valk now because you're a healer down, and you're committing ultimates, like, you're committing EMP, you're committing Visor and stuff like that. You then want to be popping your Valk at this point. Alright? Nice damage boost though into your soldier. Love the heals. Can't do anything there. Nice damage boost. Ooh, okay. We do not want to walk to this res though, right? So this is fine. Obviously, you like kind of helping like heal and stuff like that here, okay? You just want to basically play main or play like around this cover and stuff like that up until you know you can get that res off. You essentially then will flick up here and you can res at max range here. It then means that, obviously, you can see this Reaper coming into his ultimate because this Reaper is going to ult now, right? You can then back up off these stairs and just play on these stairs. And then just try and help people like from this angle here, just so you're not in the way of this Reaper ult that's about to be popped right now. He didn't pop it. I was actually really expecting him to pop his Valk. Sorry, pop his thing. Also, if you backed up on the stairs, it means then you could have helped your, what's it called? You could have then helped your soldier and then played with him. Because I know obviously you said that the soldier wasn't a good soldier, but you still need to make that commitment with him and still like really commit with him. I would switch spawn here. Nice. Pushing out with Sigma, which is completely fine. I would try and GA myself a little bit forward just so I can get to people quicker, which is what we've done, which is really nice. I wouldn't play main here. I would be playing in this tunnel bit. The reasoning is because if people start to get pushed in, you can do like a bit of like a wall bounce and come out of like this side and stuff. It just saves you from playing main basically, because obviously if they start rushing into you, you're just, you know, you're just gonna have no kind of like nice cover to get into when you could already like be in the nice cover, if you get me. They're also, you know, they're gonna be above you, like the hit scans and stuff like that. So you just want to be playing inside. You don't need to help your Sigma there, you can just stay. Nice res, that's a really nice res. Okay, I don't want you to use your pistol here, okay? At this point, you have to kind of realize to yourself, because obviously you know, you're down your Moira and stuff like that, I would actually just go in to help with your Sigma and kind of like GA yourself up onto these like high grounds and stuff. The reason is because if this Reaper's gonna Wraith onto your what's it called? Your soldier with the Mercy and Valk and stuff like coming up, there is no way that your soldier is going to survive this, alright? So you have to think to yourself, like, quick, like, think a decision. I need to go help my Sigma. You go in to help him with this Flux. Yeah, he's using Flux. Just want to make sure because my team's not Sigma. You can essentially just GA yourself up onto this high ground like this and help him from here. And help him with this Flux. Because that's the way that you're going to help kind of even out this fight instead of getting this block out. We end up kind of backing off. And we end up like dying. It's like basically another team fight reset. It just seems like they're kind of just like rolling over you at this point. So we're coming back. We nearly have EMP. We said she just needs to have 4 EMP as quick as can. And we don't have to touch in. Alright. Sisters, okay. Okay. I don't want this music on. Put me back. Okay. So, let's talk about this. Okay. I like the majority of your positioning. There is just certain ways that you can make that positioning a little bit safer by playing more in cover, or you can play kind of like out of the way a little bit more, okay? You just essentially need to just play that cover, like some better cover basically at some points, because it feels like at some points you're playing out in the open a little bit too much, or you're playing in like cover that is worse than some other cover that you can take, okay? Reses, I have no problem with the majority of your reses. I think the only thing was the one with the Moira, where obviously we talked about and stuff. But your reses are always in like such good cover and stuff. Like, cannot fault them. They're really, really great, okay? Aim was good as well, that I saw, which was like obviously really, really great and stuff. But we need to talk about your Valks, okay? Because I feel as though your Valks and also your commitment is the two things that are like getting you kind of like picked off, or like you're not using at the right times, okay? We need to work on Valk timings. I feel as though what would really, really help you is just go straight back to basics with Valk and think, when should I use it and why? Go and have a look at some guides. I have a guide up myself on my TikTok page if you want to like have a full look at like how to use it. I know Neandra as well, I think has got a really good Valk guide somewhere, or it's Ski. One of the two of them basically have a really, really good Valk guide that I'd highly recommend you just kind of delve into. Really go back to basics with how we should use Valk, okay? Because I feel as though at the moment we're very lost with like how we need to use Valk and stuff like that. And then the final thing is your commitment, right? Because I know you were saying, oh, this soldier wasn't too great and stuff like that. Okay, that was last game though. This is a brand new game. People can like go from like being absolutely horrendous to like absolutely amazing within like a break of a game and stuff like that, you know? People are always going to have bad games. But especially when he's going to be your main blue beam target, you need to commit with him. And if you then think to yourself, he's not going to do much or he's not going to do anything, that's the time we need to switch off Mercy and we need to play someone else. Try and enable your tank more, and maybe try and enable your other DPS a little bit more by playing something like Kiriko, for example, or something, basically. Because you sticking on Mercy and you're not committing with him is not helping your team whatsoever. Alright? So we just need to work on, basically, Valk is your biggest one, I'm going to be honest. Like, we need to work on Valk. But we need to also kind of work on kind of being prioritization a little bit more. But apart from that, sisters, it was a really, really good VOD. Really enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you to everyone on Twitch and as well on YouTube who have all been like sitting through basically and watching this. Once again, you can get your own VOD views here for 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!